And the saga continues. Up, Whitey Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and apparently there's more shenanigans coming out of Japan. But before we get to this, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos and getting faster by the second. We're talking panic attack, migraine-induced, and hyperspeed levels of struggle up, and yeah, seriously, we're struggling to keep a roof over our head. It is that bad. But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, especially since this is probably the only channel that's going to be talking about this, which is sad, feel free to hit up my Cash App and PayPal, those links, and the links to Akamatsu's tweet and the Diet Cabinet Committee that I will be looking at will be in the description box below. So, well, as I was looking at my Twitter timeline today, or literally like a few minutes ago, I saw this retweet from Akamatsu-sensei. And I look at this, so I'm like, really? We're doing this today, huh, Diet? And I'm not talking about the one I am on. Nah, I'm talking about the Japanese government. I can't believe that we're doing this today. And if you haven't been following what Akamatsu-sensei, the mangaka of Yuki Holder, has been doing, and it's kind of sad this is why Yuki Holder ended, because of what Akamatsu is doing. But I understand why you're running for office, Akamatsu. I know. I'm still kind of sad and a little salty that we had to end Yuki Holder this way, but you got bigger things you need to do. You do. I've been following and covering what Akamatsu has been putting out about what shenanigans are going down in Japan, especially in terms of government. It's really goddamn insane. And here's where it's getting interesting. So let me read the tweet and then we'll get into the committee notes here. There's another request from the House of Representatives Cabinet Committee that manga and anime should be criminalized as children's pornography. This time, though, this is where it gets very, very bizarre. And I'm not talking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This time the context is because of the dual punishment of mutual assistance in international investigations criminalized according to overseas. The true purpose of deterring child sexual damage goes somewhere soon. I have to resist again and again. Oh yes! Western influence is coming into play. Yes, it is. You gotta be shitting me. Really? We really doing this, Diet, huh? Well, Sensei, this is why you are running for office and gotta get in that seat in Japan. You better not vote for these commies. You gotta not vote for these commies, swear. And yes, there is a communist party in Japan. And also, this is another reason why I'm following the election in Japan so closely. But anyways, let's get to the notes here. And keep in mind, this is translated from, via Google Translate, so if it's off, it's off. Here we go. But the other thing I kind of want to bring up as well is a lot of this is about the cybercrime in regards to Ukraine and Russia, and it has me kind of thinking maybe the Russians got to what if it has something to do with that? What if the Russians hacked Toei? That'd be such a twist. Maybe it's a response to Ryan King is not an anime, though. That's a manga. Well, maybe Putin don't know the difference. But Ryan King actually makes you look good, Putin, so that'd be stupid. Which I gotta cover when it comes out. But anyways, let's get to this. Where do I want to start this? Okay, so we're gonna, this is Ritaro Gata talking about this. I once worked with Mr. you as as Minister of Ocean Policy, but I would like to thank him for being the chairman of the National Public Safety Commission today. Today, I would like to ask you about cybercrime, but I think that cybercrime usually means that the people involved cross borders and squeeze in various ways. Squeeze in various ways. That's a major phrasing there. From that point of view, I think that international mutual legal assistance when conducting an investigation is very important. Yeah, it is, especially if there is a cybercrime involving hacking, like with Toei. But that's also Toei's fault because those morons didn't think to have a private encrypted server, let alone an offshore private encrypted server. That's all on Toei. I'm sorry, that is on Toei. At least in my opinion. I did a video on that already, but anyways. However, mutual legal assistance is based on the principle of dual punishment and dual criminality. Even if it is a crime in the other country, it is not a crime in Japan. Yeah, and each country has a different culture. Each country has different laws. Not all countries are the same. What are you talking about? If there is a treaty on whether or not to receive mutual assistance, if there is a treaty like Japan, there is a treaty with Japan and the U.S. though. That's why you get military assistance from us, you moron. Or Japan EU, which you should have a treaty with. I believe you guys have a treaty with the EU. I know you guys have a treaty with the U.S. because we protect your ass. So come on, stop. Even if there is yes, there is. Even if there is, voluntary hearing is only required, and if there is no treaty, the mutual assistance must be refused. All right, but you do have a treaty. You have a treaty with the U.S. Hold on. Let's see if Japan. Let's pull this up. Let's see if Japan has a treaty with the EU. Because I know there's one with the U.S. We know there's the economic partnership agreement trade. Hold on a second. So yeah, for sure there is a U.S.-Japan treaty. I double checked that. And there is a Japan EU treaty that is more recent. As it started, it looks like it started like what? From what I'm seeing, it's like 2020. It's like, it says it's prior, this article's, hold on a second, stupid thing, stop it thing. It says the Lisbon Treaty, right? Yeah, it's the Lisbon Treaty. That's what Japan is part of. So yeah, Japan is already part of a treaty. So what are you talking about? Even if there is, voluntary hearing is only required, and if there is no treaty, this mutual assistance must be refused. Well, you're part of a treaty. Unless the other people in the Diet don't already know that, then you're stupid. God, then they're stupid if they don't know that. But this is why the internet is a beautiful thing. See, I can find it real fast. But anyways, earlier while listening to Senator Adachi, I thought that it was a little similar to my question, but from this point of view. I took up the case of child pornography as an example of cybercrime. I would like to do it. Well, yeah, child pornography is a cybercrime, but let's see what he means. Oh God, I've already talked about this in another video, but oh God, here we go. Regarding child pornography, in the current Japanese legal system, things that depict non-existent things such as anime, manga, and CG are crimes in other countries and are crimes in, wait. Why is this written twice? Yeah, are crimes in other countries. Child pornography of this kind, however, has not been criminalized in Japan. There are things like freedom of expression, and that's what happened in various discussions. In other words, it can be a reason for refusal of mutual assistance because it's not criminalized in Japan. What? the US ain't gonna do that shit. EU, okay, I'm gonna say this. In regards to the EU, you might have an argument, okay? The EU, it depends on which country in the EU, but they might do it. They might. For the most part, in terms of manga, though, from what I've seen, in the Western, or not Western, I'm sorry, from the manga Twitter grapevine, I haven't seen much. I've seen a lot, I'm gonna say this, I've seen a lot more manga get, licensed in France and Italy and Germany than here. There's more manga getting licensed there. I don't think there's any problems over there. Well, yeah. And if I remember correctly, I was talking to someone that was in France, and they said that some of the manga there was censored. I can't remember for sure. If some of the manga is censored, well, there you go. You don't have an issue. But the only one that I know of that was pulled recently was Ride On King, and that's because it's a Putin isekai. But the German and the European governments, for the most part, don't give a fuck. They don't. The European governments, I'm going to say this in regards to the EU. The EU they really don't give a fuck. They're not like Australia. The EU honestly doesn't give a fuck. Germany might be, I'll say this, to be fair, Germany might be a little bit more stingy, but when it comes to certain artistic expressions, but for the most part, Europe is not like, it's not like the US when it comes to artistic expression. They're not. So, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I understand maybe Australia, but the EU? I don't know. The US, if that's what you're talking about, yeah, I can understand. But at the same time, the US ain't doing stupid shit like that. No, if you're worried about like Twitter or whatnot, they're a bunch of fucking idiots. They can't do shit to you. Stop. They ain't gonna charge you. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this too. The same people that are attacking you on Twitter, are attacking manga on Twitter, or anime, or whatever on Twitter. Well, they don't even know about what's going on in manga anyway. It's mostly anime and shit. It's mostly anime and games that they get attacked. First of all, games get censored to hell, which is stupid when they shouldn't be. They don't need to be. Neither does the anime. But the thing is with these people, is that a lot of the same people are drawing smut. They are drawing the same thing that they're fighting against. They are drawing a lot of nasty ass gay smut. You can go and see it for yourself. So if you're going to do the same, if you are going to pull that double standard, if you're going to do that, then you need to go after these people drawing nasty ass fan art. That's all over well, it's not on Tumblr anymore, but it's all over Twitter. Damn straight, it is all over Twitter. Because Twitter, this is why I love Twitter. Twitter don't give a fuck when it comes to art. Nah, you can put any kind of art up in there. They don't care. You could go look on Twitter. You could go look on any doujinshi website. You could look anywhere. Go look on Faku. Go look on JList. You'll see it. You will see tons of smut. I'm just telling you. But anyways. Child pornography let's see. Regarding child pornography in the current Japanese legal system, things that depict non-existent things such as anime, manga, and CG are crimes in other countries. Yeah, like South Korea. Not in the EU. I don't know if it's this. I don't think it's like that in the EU, but in China and South Korea, yes, they are. And you know what? I just covered this stuff about Yamakan, like right before this. And Yamakan was saying the same freaking thing like a few years ago. Yamakan was right. You are proving Yamakan right. And yet Yamakan gets a lot of hate. What is... proving Yamakan right now. He deserves an apology. Anyways, because his anime got canceled because of China and South Korea, and the creator went. It was because of this source material went in on Korea, and so I think it was South Korea and China. It got canceled, and Yakan went in. I'm telling you, he was right. Child pornography of this kind, however, it has not been criminalized in Japan. There are things like freedom of expression, and that's what happened in various discussions. In other words, it could be a reason for refusal of mutual legal assistance because it is not criminalized in Japan. That's a stupid reason to not get legal assistance. It's not, dude, you are reaching, you're grasping straws. Come on, man. Now, I'm not familiar with child pornography, but oh God. But when there is a place where real people and non-real people are provided as a set, for example, on the internet, at some point, some investigation, mutual assistance is provided. I think there will be cases where you have to refuse. You don't know crap about this. Now I'm not familiar with child pornography. Bro, you do not look good when you're saying this. Come on, man. I've just taken child pornography as an example. You know what? You sound like the freaking Texas representatives that were talking about book bans and brought up Goblin Slayer. You sound like them and said, and when they were asked about which school has Goblin Slayer, they couldn't name it. That's what you sound like. I've taken child pornography as an example, but I wonder if there are any problems with mutual legal assistance for criminals due to these differences in legal systems. In the U.S., there's legal assistance. You have the right to an attorney. I think it's the same thing in, I believe it's the same in Europe. You guys could correct, for those that are in European countries, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I am only speaking on behalf of what I know in the U.S. But yeah, you have the right to an attorney. And if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you with one. So, all right. So Mr. Agata asked about mutual assistance in international investigations, especially in relation to child pornography. Agata's awareness of the problem is something that I also take regarding child pornography. This is Deputy Minister Tsushima. All right, let's see what he says here. Else he says here. On top of that, I think you're familiar with the mutual assistance of investigations because you were in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But if you answer with the understanding that there are overlapping parts, first of all, about the ones that depict non-existent children. For example, Nayakashi Triangle. There are yokai that are 600 years old, or hundreds of years old. And guess what? Because she looked like a lolly, there's 2 chapters of Ayakashi Triangle banned in the States. That's right, kitty. It was stupid. And yeah, that's right. 7 Seas is releasing uncut volumes of Ayakashi Triangle. So those chapters are coming to the States. It's just going to be in physical print. That's right, kitty. 7 Seas is doing God's work. Please go. I'm not sponsored by 7 Seas by all means, but please go support them. Seriously, they are the 7 Seas, Kodansha, and what's the other one? And Yen Press. They've been fighting back against censorship as well. Go support them, please. Please do it. Viz, from what I thought they were having, I think from what I've heard, is they're not censoring their books except for Dragon Ball. But you guys can let me know if I'm wrong. But from what I've heard, that's from what I've heard through the grapevine. But anyways, oh my God, here we go. But if you answer with the understanding that there are overlapping parts, first of all, about the ones that depict non-existent children. In the Supreme Court case, it is not considered to correspond to child pornography under the so-called child pornography prohibition law, which, if I remember correctly, Akamatsu said that that's what South Korea was actually doing. They were doing the opposite. They were corresponding. They were actually doing that. But anyways, therefore, even if it's manufactured, it is not subject to the punishment of the law, which in the case of South Korea actually is. It's weird. Therefore, in relation to international mutual assistance, the law of international investigation, mutual assistance, etc., requires dual punishment as a requirement for investigation mutual assistance unless otherwise provided in the treaty, even if it is done in Japan. This is because it is generally considered inappropriate for Japanese investigative agencies to collect evidence and provide it to foreign countries, even though it is not a crime and it is not subject of an investigate. It is not the subject of an investigation. Considering the differences in the legal system, Kitty, stop it. It is considered that there is a good reason for not being able to respond to mutual assistance in the case of lack of dual punishment. Thank you! They said what I was thinking. We got this is exactly it. Like, it's none of their goddamn business. You don't need the US and the EU to interfere with your business like that. Come on. Like, I will say this though, if it turns out that Toei got hacked by like a Russian hacker or something like that, or like by a different like terrorist group or something like that, that's on like the FBI like FBI/CIA or MI6 watch list, that's a different story. But come on, this is stupid. On the other hand, as pointed out by the committee members, the requirement for dual punishment has been relaxed in the bilateral mutual administrative assistance treaty concluded by Japan. In relation to the partner country, etc., of the treaty, mutual assistance can be provided even if it lacks dual punishment. Oh, God, you got shut down. I'm going to read this again, because Mofo got shut down. Let's see. Okay. And the Supreme Court case is not... all right. So, oh, God, you got your ass whooped. I think you were familiar with the mutual assistance of investigations because you were in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But if you answer with the understanding that there are overlapping parts. First of all, about the ones that depict non-existent children. In the Supreme Court case, it is not considered to correspond to child pornography under the so-called child pornography prohibition law. Therefore, even if it is manufactured, it is not subject to the punishment of the law. Therefore, in relation to international mutual assistance, the law in international investigation, mutual assistance, etc., requires dual punishment as a requirement for investigation, mutual assistance, unless otherwise provided in the treaty, even if it is done in Japan. This is because it is generally considered inappropriate for Japanese investigative agencies to collect evidence and provide it to foreign countries, even though it is not a crime and is not the subject of an investigation. Considering the differences in the legal system, it is considered that there is a good reason for not being able to respond to mutual assistance in the case of lack of dual punishment. Yes! On the other hand, as pointed out by the committee members, the requirement for dual punishment has been relaxed in the bilateral mutual administrative assistance treaty concluded by Japan. In relation to the partner country, etc., okay, the treaty mutual assistance can be provided even if it lacks dual punishment. Woohoo! Oh, God, you just got destroyed! Oh, my God! Okada's ass got destroyed just now! Yes! Suck on that! Here's what the Okada Committee says. Mutual assistance is possible, but it is voluntary to the last. So if you decline it, it is voluntary mutual assistance. So it is said that you can do it, but when the party in Japan refuses, this is, I think, that mutual assistance will not be established in the first place, or nothing will happen after that. But then the Ministry of Justice, here's what Osaka government reference person. Here's what they said. As I said earlier, the meaning of being able to implement a mutual assistance is that there's no treaty. Mutual assistance cannot be implemented if there is no dual punishment as the government. However, if there is a treaty and the requirement for dual punishment is relaxed, it is called a discretionary reason for refusal, and mutual assistance may not be implemented or refused. It means that we can do it and we can also provide mutual assistance. In short, it is a discretion as to whether or not to accept mutual assistance as a government agency. So if mutual assistance is to be implemented, there's also a voluntary investigation based on the Mutual Aid Act. There's also a compulsory disposal. Woo! Yes! Yes! Okada, you are just getting your ass whooped. All right, let's keep going here. Here's what Okada's saying. However, I think the investigating things that are not criminal in Japan should be strictly done with double punishment. That is just discretion. So I think I gave an example of child pornography earlier, but after imposing certain strict requirements, for example, anime, manga, CG, etc., criminalize child pornography of such non-existent people, I think I should consider that. The reason is that they have been criminalized in foreign countries, and yeah, we know. You're talking about China. You're talking about South Korea. But we know you're mainly talking about China. So you're kowtowing to the CCP. You got an agenda, my dude. And I don't know if they will be able to receive them when they assist in the investigation, let alone if they do not have a treaty. I don't think any other country has this kind of thing. I could be wrong, but maybe Australia has it. Again, I could be wrong. You guys can let me know in the comment section, because I don't think Canada has this. I really don't think anywhere in the EU really has this. Because I know, I think it was in Poland, they were fighting Instagram and Facebook for taking down works of art that, like, classic works of art that were, nude. And Facebook and Instagram were calling them pornography. Well, in the meantime, Instagram has Insta Thoughts up there, yet that's okay. God, fucking stupid hypocrisy. Anyways, the reason is they have been criminalized in foreign countries and are left unchecked in Japan. Bro, are you just listening to Twitter? I'm so... And are you just listening to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and Tumblr? Really? And I don't know if they will be able to receive them when they assist in the investigation, let alone if they do not have a treaty. Part of me thinks he's listening to China and South Korea and other countries, but the situation where you can't get it is because the original law isn't criminalized. So I think that you should consider this, but this is a deputy. Thank you, Minister. Before I forget, yes, I know it's illegal. I'm mainly talking about in the West. I know that in Middle Eastern countries, it's completely illegal. A lot of the stuff in general, it's completely illegal. I know that, but anyways. All right, so here's okay, so this is Deputy Minister Tsushima's talking here. I feel like I need to mention this. Is there, what do I need to stop it to? God damn, there's a lot. All right, I'm going to keep going here because there is some stuff I feel like I need to mention here on what child porn is to Japan, to the diet here. So, committee member, I'm aware that I have been working on the issue of child pornography for some time. On top of that, after accepting this problem again, how is the child pornography prohibition law treated? A child is defined as wait, is that okay? A child is defined as a person under the age of 18. That is a person under the age of 18. Under the age of 18. And child pornography under the Act includes depictions of non-existent children by the Supreme Court. It is said that it is not. This child pornography prohibition law is enacted by the legislation. We are aware that even after that, revisions have been made repeatedly by the legislative legislation as necessary. The Ministry of Justice believes that it is necessary to take measures based on the circumstances of such enactment and revision. And here's what the Agata Committee is saying here. That's right. I'm actually asking the government how this is, but since it's a law, it's a story we should think about in reverse. And the law doesn't have that kind of law, but it's a law. Again, this is Google Translate for you. It's basically difficult to revise the law under the cabinet law. So I hope that more people will be in the chamber today. And if you ask them, they will have that kind of feeling. Another answer may be that this is also a law, but recently I wonder if it was quiet because the people involved in the site called AV Market are offering various child pornography in other countries. Wait a minute. AV Market? I'm surprised they didn't talk about Faku or I'm surprised they didn't really talk about Faku in particular. But anyway, are offering various child pornography in other countries. I think they were okay, this different one. They were arrested all at once in Japan, and I think I know what they're talking about now. Different site. I think they have already been executed, but I think they mean charged. But anyway, but video data and payment management are done in the United States. Dude, that's not child pornography. No, they're a pirating site. What the fuck are you talking about? I know what this is. AV Market was a pirating website. What are you talking about? That's not child pornography. That was a manga pirating site. Please call them out. Video data and payment management are done in the United States, Hungary, and other countries. But as a result, most of them are done. People end up with relatively light fines, don't they? I think that's what. Let me double check because I feel like that's what AV Market is. I thought it was just a manga pirating site. Okay, I read this wrong. That's the adult video market they're talking about. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Are offering wait, so is that what it is? Hold on. Yeah, this is dark web shit. That's right. Okay. I don't know why I got it mixed up. Okay. I think they were arrested all at once in Japan, and I think they've already been executed. But video data and payment management are done in the United States, Hungary, and other countries. But as a result, most of them are done, and people end up with relatively light fines, don't they? Yeah. I'm just trying. I swear I thought AV Market was a pirate site, but no. But anyways, I'm not. Let's just keep going here. After all, when I heard the case, I think it is necessary to punish severely. In fact, there are many people who end up with a fine of only 500,000 yen. I think this should be done with the stricter penalties of the child pornography law, but how about it? And then here's the Osaka government reference person here. Regarding the judgment of the court in the individual case that you just pointed out, the legal authorities will refrain from deciding whether it is light or not. But as I said earlier, I'm glad that they're saying this. That's not their job. Let the courts handle it. But as I said earlier, the original the pornography prohibition law is a legislation. And there is a history that amendments, including the increase in the statutory penalties, have been made by legislation. So it is necessary for the Ministry of Justice to take measures based on that. I'm thinking about it. I am aware that the members of the Diet are still discussing further revisions, so I would like to pay close attention to the status of the examination and take appropriate measures as the Ministry of Justice. We are doing it. All right, let's see. Okay, and here's the Agata Committee again. Aww. All right. I thought it would be such an answer. So this is rather the story of this side, so I would like to think carefully. As I said, this is related to the fact that there is no treat. What are you talking about? And child pornography by non-existent people is even if investigation, mutual assistance comes to Japan from any country. Dude, you already got shut down for this. Stop. Japan, EU, I have to say that there is no such thing as Japan in the United States because there is no double punishment. What are you talking about? This issue is very important. I think this is... Bro, you got bigger problems here. This issue is very important, and I think this is probably one of the reasons why Japan is sometimes described as a bad word. It is? Which is said to be an unwelcome and child pornographic powerhouse. It is. I would like the government to think about it, and I would like to raise the issue for everyone in the chamber today, saying this is a fairly important theme. Really? Since when? Besides the morons on Twitter, and let me say this: besides the sheep that are primarily in the West, I don't know if it's like this in Japan, but primarily in the West, the sheep that are buying, and this is after, usually anime adaptations come out in regards to manga. But besides the Karens and the Beckys and the Kevins and the Kens, who are you talking about? Seriously, I don't know who these people are that you're talking about. Next, I was very pleased to hear that there's, wait, is there anything else that I want to mention here? I think that's it, right? Hold on a second, let me make sure I got everything. Okay, that's all there is in regards to the child pornography laws. Okay, so Agata, you're a moron. Your ass got destroyed. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if the CCP is paying you off. Is Winnie the Pooh like paying you off? Is God, I know I've been repeating myself all day, because I talked about a lot in my previous video that I literally just did. That when I went to, and I've said this a lot, when I went to Crunchyroll Expo back in 2018, an insider told me that there was already infiltration going on in the anime industry. And then when I covered the Yamada, when I did my in-depth thing in regards to Yamada and the that rabbit hole, oh gosh, it was, or not Yamada, I'm sorry, the Yamakan situation, and went down that rabbit hole. Like, what Yamakan was saying was just very, very eerie to what's happening right now. It's very spooky on how he really is predicting what's happening. And now we got this situation here. And as I said, I mean, if you look at all the stuff that I've been covering on this channel, you know that I've been following all this stuff. When it comes to censorship and stuff like that, anything involving censorship in terms of anime and manga, I cover it. I have to cover it, or it will drive me nuts. I feel like it's very important to cover it. Since no one else will, I will. But anyways, I just feel like it's so eerie that this is happening. That Yamakan like kind of predicted this would happen. And he got a lot of shit for it. But damn, there's like the infiltration is really that fruition, man. But, oh god, I don't know if these Karens and Kens and Kevins and Beckys are paying you off or what. But you gotta be high if you honestly believe that this is a priority. Like, is this a higher priority than, like, what happened with Toei? Like, I would think what happened at Toei is kind of a higher priority. Reason why I say it's a higher priority is if they can hack into Toei, they could probably hack into the government, or they can hack into a bank, or they can hack anywhere and steal people's private information. I would say that's kind of more important, and finding out who hacked into Toei, which I know the government is working with Toei to find out what happened, but still, I kind of think that might be more important, especially if it turns out that, like, for example, the Russians are behind it. Because if they are behind it, which is very, very unlikely. Well, if it happens, that's going to be very eerie. But if it was the Russians, then yeah, you go work with the U.S., you work with the EU, which you are a part of treaties, by the way. I'm glad Ogata got called out on that bullshit. And then that's when you get shit done. This is ridiculous. I don't understand, like, why he would think this. the only countries I could think of where this would maybe apply is Australia, China, which pretty much bans manga anyway, and anime to an extent, because China is making their own anime, and South Korea, which I covered. When was it? I covered not too long ago in regards to their laws, because they took this law, the child pornography law, and just like changed it, and really took it out of proportions. And then in regards to what happened here, because I covered this when it happened, what was it, like 2 years ago? Almost 2 years ago now, when Amazon took down books from Yen Press, oh my god, what was it? J Novel Club, and Faku. They took down those books. They took down figurines. That wasn't the government. No, that was just Amazon being a bunch of bitches. In all reality, they still had it up on their Amazon Japan. Like, and guess what? And I said this in that video then, I'll say it now, I'll say it again here. Amazon treats their third-party sellers like crap. This is nothing new. Been doing this for years. So, Amazon does not mean the government. I am just saying. And guess what? We have other ways of getting manga and figurines and anime. It's called PlayAsia. It's called oh my god. Jesus Christ, I forgot for a second. Hold on, this is gonna really piss me off. Okay, now I remember. It's called PlayAsia, it's called Right Stuff Anime, and it's also called Kinokuniya Bookstore. I know. I love Kinokuniya. Oh my god. Kinokuniya. Alright. Kinokuniya is freaking awesome. If you ever get the chance to go there, oh, their store's great. But anyways, I'm really curious what you guys think of this whole situation. Also, Barnes & Noble, they're pretty awesome too, actually. They've been really good. They've been really cool, especially Nook. I'm really hoping more Western publishers will start going over to Nook, because Nook ain't gonna do the shit with that Amazon pulled. Akamatsu Sensei, I am telling you right now, please, 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 if you are watching this, please get the publishers to move some of their stuff over to Nook. Or there's also manga apps that are up and coming, like Kamiki and Mangamo as well. And there's also Manga Plus for Shueisha. I really want Magapoke, which is Kodansha. I really want an English version of Magapoke. They need to do something. Seriously, it's really pissing me off that we don't have an English version of Magapoke. It would really kind of help if we had an English version of Magapoke, but it is what it is. But I'm very curious what you guys think of this whole situation. What do you guys think of this? This is so dumb. Ogata, you got your ass handed to you. I'm happy you got your ass handed to you. And you know what? This is so dumb. Why would you think that why would you think this? Why would you think this? You gotta wonder what is going on with him. Like, who is supporting this? Who is supporting this? Oh, God. Anyways, I'm very curious what you guys think of this whole thing. I know this got very long, but God, there's a lot to talk about this. Swear. Politicians, man. I gotta wonder if there's Karens, Kevins, and Becky's and Ken's behind this. I do. And not all of them, I know mofos are going to be thinking that they're from my state. Nah, not all of them would be from my state. Good chunk of them are probably from Australia. I'm just saying. I've seen reports where there's activists coming from Australia up in there. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more manga and anime content, whether it be Oricon charts, live reactions, news, and analysis. Few ways you can do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That is in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.